Oh my goodness, folks. This is crazy. A helicopter crashed onto the highway in Sacramento, California. Massive police response here. They said some vehicles got hit and traffic is at almost a standstill and one side of the road completely closed off. What in the heck happened here in Sacramento? We are looking into this matter. Come on in, folks. JLR investigates helicopter crashes, multiple injuries reported. We're unclear about fatalities. This is insane. Saw this break about probably about 30 minutes ago or so, and the entire highway is shut down in Sacramento, California, Highway 50. So we're going to try to get more understanding of what exactly happened, but there are so many people backed up. It's just a traffic nightmare there. It is complete chaos. We'll try to find out what's going on. But there it is. There it is. That's, we'll look at the tail here eventually and try to find out who this belongs to. Sacramento Fire Department is there. Police are there. Now, it appears this helicopter might be operated by a company called Reach Air Medical. I saw a medical. Looks like a medical chopper. Yeah, it's a medical chopper. Look on the wing. Holy smokes. A medical chopper crashes onto the highway. A medical chopper crashes onto the highway in Sacramento, California. We're going to get an understanding of what's going on here. You can see traffic is completely stopped. Don't know if that's the westbound or eastbound, but I'm assuming based off this would probably be the westbound, but we'll look more into that. Got to get up the map and see what happened here. All right, so they are saying numerous people injured. Numerous people injured from this helicopter crash. Unclear about how many people are on board, but people are getting rescued and ambulance is at the scene here in Sacramento, California. Whew, crazy. All right, helicopter crash. Mechanical failure, pilot failure. What exactly is going on here? Looks bad, folks. Looks really, really bad here. Sacramento helicopter crash. Yeah, this one looks pretty bad. We'll get an understanding of what's going on here. Helicopter goes down. Highway 50 in Sacramento. And, whoa, what's the people here? Apparently it hit some vehicles, too. That's something we're trying to get an understanding here, too. Different feeds are up, so we'll scour around and see exactly what's going on. But it looks like a complete mess in Sacramento. Expect a police. Look, California Highway Patrol's there. Chips. Yeah. So, as you know, this is West Coast time, so 10:30, 9:30, 8:30. I would say this happened around 8 p.m. Let me just get the exact time and what's going on. Multiple people are injured Monday evening after a medevac helicopter crashed onto Highway 50 in Sacramento, pinning several victims inside at least multiple at least one vehicle. So pinning several victims inside at least one vehicle. Photos from the scene showed a red helicopter operated by Reach Air Medical Services upside down in the middle of the highway as first responders treat the injured. According to Flight Radar 24, the aircraft was an Airbus H-130 helicopter operated as Reach 5 and had taken off from the roof of UC Davis Medical Center just minutes before the crash. All right, so the information that they're saying is the helicopter just took off from UC Davis Medical Center, then it crashed. So possibly mechanical failure or what? Maybe it was overloaded. What was it doing? Was it going en route to pick up patients or what? Medical chopper crashes onto highway. Scary. And it appears it did crash on, look, it crashed on a vehicle, it looks like. To me, does that look like a vehicle to you? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to try to get out, try to get more information. Scary. Scary. Very, very scary stuff, folks. Crazy. All right, so let's get some more information about what happened. A supervisor for Reach, which is based at the McAllen Airport, declined to comment on the crash. The aircraft went down just before 7:10 p.m. in the eastbound lanes, eastbound of Highway 50 near Howe Avenue. All right, let me see exactly where it is. By the way, traffic is this is a pretty big populated area, and people probably returning end of the rush hour, it's going into early evening. The highway is backed up, definitely backed up. I guess the eastbound lanes are closed for sure. All right, let me see exactly. Highway 50 near Howe Avenue. And here you go. So we'll get more information about this. Highway 50. Yeah. Come on in, folks. So it gives you a nighttime perspective here of what's going on in Sacramento. Oh yeah, this is like literally like it's East Sacramento. If they're saying it's 50 and Howe Avenue, which takes you down by California State University, Sacramento. Oh yeah, it's very populated in this area. Very populated. It's East Sacramento. It's just east of downtown. Hey, Rainbow Rabbit Hole, thank you very much. A cursory, Rainbow Rabbit Hole says a cursory to Citizen App chopper crashed the top of a vehicle, trapping the driver. Look, people turning around. See what I'm saying? They know they're not going anywhere for at least hours. People are turning around in the middle of Highway 50, eastbound lanes. So Rainbow Rabbit Hole says cursory, according to Citizen App chopper, crashed the top of vehicle, trapping a driver. FD, fire department extracted driver. 2 pilots and the driver were transported in critical condition. Look at this. They're turning around. I don't blame them. What a nightmare. They're all turning around in the middle of the highway here. That's insane, folks. Turning around because they know they're not going anywhere for a while here. No way. William Kaufman. Nice to see you, William Kaufman. Thank you. As always, William Kaufman. And thank you for the info, Rainbow Rabbit Hole. So we're talking about the driver and 2 pilots. This is nuts. All right, let's get more of an understanding here of what exactly happened here, how and why. So it just took off. It appears. It just took off from the roof of UC Davis Medical Center. Now, I'm going to look and see how far UC Davis Medical Center is to Howe Avenue. And we'll see the distance here, how exactly far. Oh, it's right there. It's literally UC Davis Medical Center is right on Highway 52, right off. So I would say it's no more than a mile, no more than a mile. Wow, it landed right onto the highway. Yeah, it's no more than 1 mile. It's really close. What a nightmare, folks. This is crazy. All right, let's continue to look and see will we get more information about this helicopter crash. What exactly happened here? Captain Justin Sylvia, a spokesperson for the Sacramento Fire Department, confirmed that several people were trapped and injured, but did not specify the number of victims or the severity of the injuries. The California Highway Patrol dispatch logs indicate that all lanes were blocked immediately after the crash, with officials requesting SIG alert. By 7:14, authorities described the incident as a major scene requiring assistant and long-term road closures. It goes on to say, traffic was diverted from northbound Highway 99 to eastbound Highway 50, with additional closures affecting access points at 59th Street and the Stockton Boulevard on-ramp. Emergency responders, including multiple fire rigs and ambulances, accessed the site via westbound lanes to bypass congestion. The crash involved at least one vehicle pinned beneath the helicopter. So it literally landed on a car. This thing landed on a car. That's crazy. So what we have is a helicopter that took off from UC Davis Medical Center, and within minutes, it crashed onto Highway 50 near Howell in Sacramento, California. Let's continue to look and try to get the information here. There's another feed up with it. It's a still shot looking at the crash scene. We'll get to that shortly. I just want to show you the aerial footage first. Dude, this is insane. It's insane, folks. Look at that. Ultimate fear is a large aircraft, commercial airlines, commercial aircraft crashes into something in like this scenario. I mean, oh my goodness, but especially roads that are heavily used, cars. You don't even know it's coming. I'm sure, you know, I don't know. I don't know how it went down. Did it go? It looks like it kind of, it's not like plowing directly down. So it probably had, you know, and go down. Just assuming. We'll wait till we get more facts, so we speculate a little bit. Who's the pilot? Was there anything nefarious about this situation? Anything nefarious? Several injuries. Okay, so helicopter. Might have some of the, there's footage going along where people are seeing, let me see. Oh, yeah. We'll get some of the footage up here as the crash. Eventually, I'll get it out. Basically, it just went down. Had its lights on. Crazy. Press conference, I'm assuming that would be coming. So it did land on a vehicle. It appears. We are live, Sacramento. Yeah, traffic's going to be backed up. Now, I'm trying to get the tail number so I can find out a little bit about the history of the helicopter. Well, we know it's a medical helicopter. All right, Daily Mail just put out a news article here that's, I'll read it here and see what it says. At least 3 people are critically injured after a medical helicopter crashed onto a Sacramento highway Monday evening. It plummeted down onto the busy Highway 50, which runs east from the California city of Sacramento until the Nevada state line near Lake Tahoe, just after 7 o'clock. Authorities are still probing the incident and said there are several victims. At least 3 are in critical condition. One of the victims was pinned inside a vehicle. The Daily Mail has reached out to the California Highway Patrol and the Federal Aviation Administration for comment. The freeway remains shut down, with bone-chilling images snapped by passengers stuck in their vehicles, depicting the black smoke-filled sky near where the helicopter landed. Sacramento City Council member Lisa Kaplan shared a picture of the crowded highway, urging people to stay off the road, and announced it is closed in both directions. In another X post, she sent her thoughts to the victims and first responders. I pray for all in the crash. Thank our officers and all whom pilot for their public service. And here you go. Here's what we have. So what appears to be the situation is on the eastbound lanes. It's the eastbound lanes. So Sacramento, it's east of Sacramento, downtown. Cars are literally turning around. Now, it appears that it's backed up pretty far right now, like far. 0.7. It's backed up all the way to Highway 99. It appears. Horrible. Trying to get more information about this helicopter crash, folks. Helicopter crash in Sacramento, California. Right on a highway. So they got the crime scene tape up, right? Yeah, this is insane. So one of the media is talking about it in a second. All right, so this kind of gives you a perspective of how far. I think it goes back to high. Look, people are turning around. Look, see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. Log jam. It's a smart thing to do. So they're all going onto the on-ramp and going off the highway on what normally is the on-ramp. Smart move. Otherwise, they're not going to open this back up for hours. They're not going to open this up for hours. Crazy. So I said multiple people injured. Sacramento Mayor Kevin McCarty. So there's been a helicopter crash on 50 eastbound. Survivors are being treated at a local hospital. This is nuts. Look at that. When people are coming into the chat, kind of shows you the perspective of Sacramento here. Let me scan around and try to get some more information. Imagine this would have happened in the daytime. I mean, that would have been another whole other story too. That would have been crazy. At 59th Street. So actually, it's a little bit. Some of the initial reports were saying how, 59th Street and 50. There's a Target around there. Ah, so they're showing the hospital. That's what it appears. It doesn't look like the crash was far from where the hospital, where it took off from, the rooftop. Yeah, I see what they just did. You know what they just did? They went to show you the medical where it started from, and then where this thing is. In a second, we're going to listen to some boots on the ground assessment of the situation.
Since we last spoke, I know you were gathering some information, and new developments have just emerged. All eyes are on this helicopter. We are hoping that no one is very seriously hurt. At last check, we don't know what had happened to anyone who may have been on board or on the ground. Do you have any updates for us in that regard, Garshpal?
Yeah, Laura, the last update that we received just about 10 minutes ago from Sacramento Fire Department is that there were 3 people on that helicopter. Those 3 people currently have critical injuries and they were taken to the hospital. But right now, as you take a look down there, we are on the 48th Street overpass overlooking Highway 50. And what you see there on your left-hand side, that is eastbound direction. And on the right side, rather, is the westbound Highway 50. But you can take a look at that area. It may be difficult to make out, but you can see there in the center of your screen, that is where the helicopter landed on eastbound Highway 50 there. Police have this area closed off. That's the main reason why eastbound Highway 50 is closed at this point. But the Sacramento Fire are telling me at this point that 3 people are in critical condition and that this was a reach helicopter that likely accesses the UC Davis Medical Center and that no bystanders were hurt. Originally, there were reports that this helicopter may have crashed onto a car. We're learning that was not the case, so they're telling us no bystanders were hurt. And now I did ask Sacramento Fire where this helicopter was going, where it was coming from. What they told me is they don't have that information at this point, but that there was no patient on board, that there was no patient on board, just the 3 crew members who are in critical condition at this point. Right now, we don't know how long Highway 50 eastbound is going to remain closed, but you can take a look at those pictures there. That helicopter coming right in the middle of eastbound Highway 50 between Stockton Boulevard and the 48th Street overpass. In between that area, that is why they have this area closed off. So the new information that we did get is that 3 victims are in critical condition. All were on board on that Reach helicopter. Laura.
Garshpal, just a few minutes ago, we were listening to an interview you had done with a young man who said he saw the helicopter crash. Can you remind our viewers, for anyone just joining in, what it was like speaking with that man and what he had shared with you? Can you describe for us what he told you, Garshpal?
Yeah, it was something he wasn't expecting. He said he went out to look at the full moon, and then as we was looking at it, he saw this helicopter come into his frame, and he didn't really know whether it was spiraling or what form, but he definitely did hear the impact that it happened at that point. He says that's where he went in to call 911, and I'm sure there are many more people that once they saw that, they sort of rushed to the scene to help out. But he was just sort of, I don't know if amazed is the right word, but he was just sort of in shock as to what he was seeing. Didn't really believe what was happening until he felt the impact. That's when it sort of snapped out of it, called 911, and that's where first responders came to help the 3 members that were on board this Reach helicopter. And that's a medical helicopter that usually transports patients from one hospital to the other, but we're told no patients were on board, just the 3 crew members on this helicopter.
Okay, Garshpal, I mean, you're absolutely right. It is a shocking scene. It's a stunning scene for anyone, totally unexpected. I know you've been out there for several minutes now since this has broken out. From your vantage point, have you been able to see any kind of work that the crews down there have been doing? I've been trying to watch along with you as our cameraman has been down there, you know, showing the scene. But have you been able to make out any kind of work and what they've been doing to keep folks safe down there?
Yeah, right now, what you're taking a look at, this is a lot less police activity, first responder activity than we saw an hour ago. So a lot of first responders have since left the scene, but you can just see the police tape that's there. They haven't really messed with that scene. They're really securing it at this point. But right now, the amount of law enforcement and first responders that we saw about an hour ago, there are a lot less. And there were some even on the right side, on the westbound Highway 50 side. Those have since left, and that's why traffic on westbound Highway 50 heading into Sacramento is moving a lot faster than it was about an hour ago. It came to almost a standstill. So mostly a lot of that activity that is happening right now is on the eastbound side, and you can see the area where that helicopter had crashed has a police tape around it. So police are continuing to secure this scene to make sure they collect all the evidence that they can. As you can imagine, when a helicopter does crash, it sends debris in a large debris field. So right now they just have this scene secured. Police have been going in and out, but a lot of law enforcement have since left. So no word on what's happening there, but it's going to take some time before they can get eastbound Highway 50 reopened. Laura?
Yeah, Garshpal, that is understandable. As we see right here live on our screens here, a remarkable scene, a helicopter right in the middle of the busy 50 freeway, which is now completely shut down. Several lanes of traffic completely shut down in the heart of Sacramento here. Garshpal, an evolving situation to say the least, but just to recap some information that we had just.
All right. So, yeah, look. So the original reports that it landed on a vehicle are not true. So it just crashed onto a highway, but did not hit any vehicles, thank God. And it seems that they're saying that it's 3 people on board the helicopter that went to the hospital. They probably went to the hospital it took off from, UC Davis, possibly because it's close by, in critical condition. So it seems like there's 3. They're calling it a major incident, kind of for people want to see. Now, as far as Highway 50, unclear when this will open back up. See also if we get a press conference, something. And by the way, this happened like right as the sun was going down. It wasn't fully dark yet. So it was right when the sun was going down. Trying to get more information on that. So we see his footage here. Do have a boots on the ground. Look at that. That's crazy. Dude, there could have been cars with children, elderly, families, somebody coming home from work, someone running an errand. It's what's scary about the whole situation. You know what I mean? Now they got the other side open. At first, it was all backed up. So it's only backed up now on the east bound, or the westbound. You know, they go slow. You all know whenever you're traveling on highways, you see an accident, even if it's on the other side, everyone's slowing down. They want to take a look, take a peek of what's happening. Sometimes the traffic's just as bad on the other side, even though it didn't happen on that one side. But here it seems like the traffic is at least moving. Earlier, it was not. Sometimes California Highway Patrol also gives a statement or something at the scene. No indication there yet. Let me see something here. What is this? Oh yeah, they're all trying to turn around. You know, put a big thing of smoke up in the air. The traffic and the cars are like, yep. The westbound has a big divider that blocks the view. Oh, okay. Great point. Thank you. So some people here probably don't even know what's going on. Coming from going west. Probably don't even see. They probably see some flashing, but they don't really see the extent. Good point. They have that a lot. Divider high, can't even see. Some people probably there aren't even aware. Good. Crazy. Wonder if they had to be pulled out or they actually walked out. Sometimes these helicopters, they crash. People just walk right off, right? Like walk. There's a crazy photo out there. There's the crash. That's crazy, isn't it? That was the crash. Show it again. Somebody's listening to the radio. Whoa. Pretty crazy there. So kind of see the crash there. Didn't look like it came down seriously hard like that, like a craziness.
Good evening. We promised to get you a closer look at the scene, and I want to just take you back this way and look. There you will see the medical helicopter there on the highway, here along Highway 50, and just look at the extensive debris field. I want to show you they have actually brought in what appears to be some type of heavy machinery, a claw, to remove some of the boundaries here on the highway so that they can begin to divert some of the traffic that is here. Just look behind this area and you will see the parking lot that is Highway 50 right now. You will see the cars that are just lined up waiting for some of this investigation to unravel. But here's the deal. They've got a long night ahead of them. As you can see, people have just had to get out of their car. They have walked up this mound that we're standing on, and they are waiting for updates from investigators. Here are some of the people standing here. I'm going to talk with them as soon as I finish this live conversation with you, Laura. But here is what we know. Earlier today, this medical helicopter went down here on the highway, and we're giving you a live look at the investigation as it unfolds. We see CHP down on the scene working to gather more information. We'll be here throughout the evening. Stay with us for updates live on air and, of course, online at abc10.com. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, it's a different perspective. So they got multiple. This media outlet has lots of journalists at different locations. One's there behind, one's over there up on the bridge, another air shot. Look at flight radar 24. See what we got here. We are east of Sacramento. So again, they're going to have to clean this up, and unclear if they're going to do it. I don't know if they could get this all cleared up by the morning rush hour. They might be out there all night. Might be an all-night thing, folks.
We're going to listen to some sound right now. Take a listen.
And Andrew, what did you see?
I was walking around my house kind of by the Geo Apartments, and I was looking at the moon. I was like, wow, that's a...
Show you a live shot right now. You can see, take a look with me here. The helicopter right in the middle of the freeway. Multiple law enforcement agencies on this. We have multiple crews on different parts of the scene tonight. New information that we have learned from our reporters on the scene. We are told 3 people are in critical condition right now. No bystanders or anyone on the ground has been hurt. And we are also told there are no patients aboard that helicopter, which we believe is a medical helicopter. We are still working to gather more details about who may have been on board and what type of injuries they are sustaining right now. But as you can see, several lanes, all of the lanes, multiple lanes of the busy Highway 50 closed right now. We will continue to follow this developing story tonight on air and online, ABC 10 at 10:30 and LNT tonight at 11. We'll see you then.
All right. So thank God no one died. Thank God no one died. So they're just going to divert traffic. They're going to get rid of some of those barriers there and then turn the traffic around. I'm doing another scan around, seeing we can get any other additional
What did you
information.
see?
I was walking around my house kind of by the Geo apartments, and I was looking at the moon. I was like, wow, that's a really pretty full moon. And all of a sudden I saw this helicopter just plummeting out of the sky, and it was kind of right in between two trees, so I didn't get to see it very long, but I took off my headphones and I heard it crash. So walked right over here to see what was going on.
Was it just coming down? Was it spiraling? What did you see on that?
Yeah, it was kind of like I said, it was right framed between two trees, so I didn't get to see it very long, but it wasn't very loud, so I don't really know. It might have been spinning because it wasn't super loud because we live right over there, so the helicopters are always super loud, and I remember thinking, like, it's moon, and all of a sudden this helicopter, so usually you hear them and see them, but this time it just plummeted right out. I didn't hear it or anything, so it might have been spinning a little bit, not too sure.
Did you hear the impact?
Heard the impact, yeah. I had headphones on. When I saw it spinning, I took them off because I wasn't sure if it was just like gonna come back up or I lost behind some trees. I took my headphones and I heard this impact and went back inside and got on police scanners and heard them talking about it.
And then when you came around here, kind of what did you see there?
Oh, pretty much the same as you guys. Just walked right over here and see all the ambulances and just praying for everyone's okay.
Christopher Arnott says he's not too far from this location. And here's a chopper view of the crash. I like these new technology that these choppers have with the roads. Tell you all the roads and locations. 43rd, 44th Street. Right between 44th and 43rd Street. That's where it's at. Yeah, so it's up towards you go back. Oh, okay. So there's that ramp 99. That's where they were all going back and trying to get off. 44 and 43rd. Jay Loons. Welcome to JLR Investigates. We appreciate you. Folks, throughout the year, how many plane crashes and helicopters have we crashed? Covered. Oh my goodness. So many. Yeah, there's a hospital named UC Davis Medical Center, Christopher says. That's where it took off from, the roof. Not far from there. The media earlier went to the location just to show another chopper. I guess they take off and land on the roof. Not far. Not far at all. This KCRA. Bubba Chubbs. Thank you. Talking about the blocks you can't see. They have to take the blocks off. Get that. They're taking the blocks off to get that traffic moving. Now, if there's any good out of this, I mean, it's not the only way out of Sacramento. I mean, you have Interstate 80 and I-5, but I mean, it's a major route going through there, though. I think I think this will be cleaned up. They'll make sure it's cleaned up by morning. So you still got there at like 9 hours before. All right. With that being said, you're going to sound off. No fatalities, 3 people injured. We'll continue to monitor the situation. But if you are in the Sacramento area, avoid Highway 50. Don't think it's going to open up at least 4 hours. Praying for everyone involved here. First responders, which they were, it appears. The pilots, I mean, taken off from a hospital, they were probably going to get a patient. We are praying for everyone's safety out there, first responders, everybody, and if any more information comes about this,
good afternoon, everybody, and happy Monday.
You'll hear it here on JLR.
Let's get to it, and we'll begin with a few scheduling announcements
today.
President Trump will be hosting the Canadian Prime Minister